So back to what I was saying. So yeah, so I met Roger, uh, maybe 2, 3 months back when Duck had his 1 year anniversary with Ace at the park. At that time, I was kind of like, oh, Roger's cute, and he's all athletic, which like that's what I wanted to do. I mean, I like to play sports too, but I was never able to find anyone that do it with. I mean, Tyler is like, sometimes he's into it, but sometimes he's not. But then yeah, I mean, somehow things didn't turn out, the way it is. So he was kind of dating Tyler at that time, and then I was like, okay, whatever. So like at that time, the three of us had our ups and our downs, but at least I was just there for my friend, and Tyler had my full support. Like no matter what he did or whatever, he's still my best friend, and I still have his back. But then yeah, off kind of things started off really good. I mean, Roger comes down, help Christina and I move and stuff like that when we needed. And then so hint that dinner and the brownie that I made that one night. And then after that, this the hiking trip actually was what kind of threw me off a little bit. Was It was supposed to be a group thing, and Tyler, Nick, Roger, and myself. We're all supposed to go. But, Tyler went up north that weekend. Doug had something to do and was busy with some stuff. So it ended up just being the three of us. And at that time, it was like kind of awkward. I was like, I'm not sure if I want to go or not. But, I went anyway because I wanted to go hiking, just, enjoy the scenery. So we got to the hiking place, we're taking pictures, we're doing stuff. And then, of course, that was kind of like, touchy touchy. From Roger, it was kind of touchy touchy, but I didn't think much of it at that time. I was just like, oh, he's just being friendly. But yeah, and then I got to the point where I was sitting like by the lake, and I was kind of bummed out. I was kind of depressed about it. I was like, you know, confused, for whatever reason. And then so yeah, the hike went really well. We did great. We had a good time laughing. And then a few days later, after Tyler got back from North, they kind of they broke up and whatnot. And at that time, I was talking to Nick, and we talked about like I'm not sure if all of us predict this, but Nick and I, we kind of predict that Roger and Tyler was gonna work out. So we talked like he's all like, so Annie, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do when if they break up or whatever, if they broke up, sorry, if they broke up. I was like, I don't know, and like I just kind of didn't think about it, like we talked about it casually, and then when it happened, it was like bam. I was like, whoa, it's like unprepared for it, I was like, shit, this happened sooner than we expected. I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? But of course, I was like, okay, well, I have to be with Tyler, until he, like feels better or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, we just have to give him time to recover, both of them time to recover and whatnot. But then, funny thing, Nick, Roger, myself, and Nick's cousins, we went to LA together to do this shopping open sale sample shopping thingy. Um, and it was like we went together, and I didn't think of much of anything. So, of course, I was in the back seat, and sitting in the back seat like cramped the crap out of me. Like my leg was sore, so I just kind of rest my leg on the side of the passenger. Like it was like, like here's a chair and here's my leg. Like I'm not sure you get the picture, but yeah, I was just resting there, and then I felt, I was sleeping, and I felt like Roger's hands are like on my leg, and then he was like massaging it for a bit, and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice, It's like I could use a massage, but again, I still didn't think of much of what was going on at that time. And then so we got to the place, and then we 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 got to the building, went up the elevator. Like we got in the elevator, and I picked the corner because somehow, some odd reason, I always like to be in the corner in an elevator. So I was in the corner, Nick was in front of me, and we cramped it around, and Raja was next, like almost, yeah, next to me, and our hands kind of like casually bumped into each other, like it like, yeah, bumped into each other somehow. I had a better word, but somehow it didn't come out. So it bumped into, it's kind of sly, like against each other, and then somehow at that time I was like, it's like now or never, it's like lost, lost an opportunity once, didn't want to let it slip away. So I just kind of like intertwined my fingers with his, right? And we just kind of we kind of held hands in the elevator. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it's actually I kind of like that. It's really cute. And then after that, I was just like, we both were like, okay, think we know where this is going. So the whole ride back, we just kind of like held hand, and we slept in the car together. Like we just held hand. And then after that, we just